Hey guys, welcome back to Dangerous. I'm Skell.
I'm Vin or whatever the fuck I go by now. Oh shit, I said the fuck word. No, I couldn't bleep it out. You know, it's fine. I'm bleeping it out. I'm bleeping. No. I'm keeping that in now. We're rolling.
Hey viewers,
And
you
you
get to see
all-
all this stuff. Chris. Who is Chris?
Stuff. My name is Stuff.
True.
Not wrong.
True.
And today, we are going to be talking about a multitude of very entertaining and cool things. But did you know that nothing bad will happen to the Queen on July 12th?
July 12th sounds like a very
Very
Interesting date. Wow,
very,
it's
very
a
interesting.
interesting date. Right. You may go down to my email, or I should say our email. I almost
Our
said my
email.
own email, but please
Yeah,
don't
it's,
complain about anything that happens on the
Bro
12th.
moment
We're just saying
bababooey
it
at
might be a very interesting date.
gmail.com. Go send us some funny stuff. You know, I'll read out emails if we get any in the podcast. I'll make it a new segment. Okay, just please send us stuff. That'd be
Yeah.
very poggers.
Please, we are
Yes.
desperate.
Yeah, we-
But
it
yes,
seems like a
nothing
very
bad will
interesting
happen
date.
to Lizzie.
Lizzie. I've never heard anyone
So, I'm
call
telling you.
Elizabeth Lizzie.
Why not? You've never heard anyone call her Lizzie?
No, everyone just calls her
like,
Queen.
I thought
Not once.
all like annoying English people would say, "Oh my God, Lizzie's is Jubilee." Oh my God, guys.
Oh my god.
Lizzie's Jubilee, mate. Yeah, mate, it's me, Lizzie. It's my
I
Jubilee.
love Lizzie's Jubilee. I fucking love Lizzie's Jubilee.
Yo, hold on.
God's
Edit
sake,
a
Queen and all
picture of
that.
the Beatles here. I hate
My
it.
name is
Ringo.
I hate my
John
job.
Lizzie from the Lizzies.
I made it from the Lizzies. Alright, okay, so I think, yeah, June 12th is gonna be July 12th, sorry, is gonna be a great date for the Queen. That
Either
music
one.
sting.
Yeah,
I
June,
concur.
July, whatever. It's on the 12th. The 12th
Yeah, the
of
12th.
every month will be an
You
interesting
know,
date.
it might even be the 12th of
Mm.
December, you know. If the Queen
You know,
happens to
maybe
die
something
on any of
close
those
to
days,
romance.
it's not my fault. See? I can't do anything.
It's my fault.
Don't say that, because now the FBI or whatever secret agency's coming after you. MI7,
hey,
Ben
hey.
6. Ben 10's coming after you now.
You know what? Oh no, not the Omnimatrix.
Oh,
God, I
yeah, the
butchered that.
Omnitrix. The Omnitrix, he's coming after
Omnimatrix.
you.
There we go.
You know what the guy in Ben 10, the uncle, he's called Uncle Ben. He makes some good
He is.
fried rice.
Uncle.
Yeah, he makes some really good fried rice.
Nick.
I know he's actually called
Sure,
Uncle
it's fine.
Ben.
Fried this
Uncle
rice.
He's actually.
is.
Oh, that's a
I used
bad
to love
meme.
Ben
You just
10.
made a joke. That's getting edited out now. That's the
Oh,
worst
dear.
joke so far. Okay. Anyway, here's something funny. Not funny. Here's something cool that we've done. We've upped our budget. Okay. Now we have multiple camera angles. We have one there.
Ooh, too early.
And we have one behind us.
When are we stopping? Oh my avatars. Oh, I said bad word.
You said the fuck word. We have said the fuck word 3 times. So we are 3 minutes in. That is one fuck word per minute.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
You know
Oh
what?
no,
That's a new
I'll
measurement of time.
I'll change
FWM.
I'll change the beep, and because I hate that sound and it's really awkward to edit in. I'll make it something else. Okay. Add an
Just
image
something
associated with
vibrant.
what that noise is right there. You see, I'm making it hard for myself, which is a lot better because that means I'm not
See,
good doing.
I'm pointing at
Yeah.
it.
I'm pointing at whatever this thing is, whatever the new censorship noise is associated with. You know, I'll make it something unfunny. You know what? I'll edit
So,
pyrocynical above my head right now.
So,
What did you,
now that we've
guys
gone
think we
over
should talk about
why the
first?
12th would be interesting,
Mm.
I think we're going to talk about. What are we going to talk about, you know?
Well, we're a VR podcast. We have to talk about the biggest VR news, and Pavlov Shack is one of those
nothing happened.
big things. Big is one way to put it.
And
Isn't it just mainly
unfortunately,
like one of the...
it's now a boogeyman.
Isn't it just like kind of like the big Quest 2 thing? Because everyone kind of hates Pavlov Shack if you're on PC.
Yeah,
because,
but
like-
even on PC, people are talking about it because no one can fucking escape how big Shack is. Shack is huge. Like everyone I know.
And it's a big
is
game.
fucking, like, Pavlov. It is a big. Big is
Hmm.
definitely one way to put it because it's big, alright. Maybe a.
And it's gotten physically bigger because it needed 6.2
Oh yeah,
gigabytes to download its new
6
update.
gigabytes
Which
to
we might
update
give
this
a
new
little bit of a
update.
discussion.
Oh boy, 6
We could have a bit of
gigabytes.
a discussion on it.
6 gigabytes is the size
gigabytes
of a
for
whole
6
brain.
gigabytes of an absolute ton of
Oh, yo,
horrible
this
new
one is
features.
one. Yo, future me bass boost the shit out of that right now. That song, it's really good.
Just do it. Please don't.
Yeah, I'm going to. Now that you said don't, it's definitely happening. Anyway, 6 gigabytes. That's quite big for a Quest 2 game. Like, it's big on Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's about 6 gigabytes of new scopes.
Well,
And a
what
cookie
actually was
Which
taking up this?
we could have a discussion about today, actually.
Wait, oh, did they make it? It was new engine, right? It's in a new engine.
New engine, yes, exactly. New engine.
Mm.
And
This all sounds good,
one of the
right?
biggest mistakes that
Kinda
happened
not.
was now we can see people's profile pictures.
Oh,
and it's
it
mostly
is.
hentai pictures.
It's bad. You know, my favorite thing about the Oculus was I was like, man. I mean, Meta now. It is like people have profile pictures, but they don't really matter in games. But now in Pavlov, you can see people's shit. It's gonna get bad. Like, I've already seen like a hentai profile pictures. I've seen children. I've seen dogs. I just know it's gonna go. It's gonna. People can set any image
I
to
love
that
how you
profile
added
picture.
dogs into that list, as if dogs were something awful.
Dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Dogs. They're just there's a lot of people with dogs,
Worst
so you can
thing
see a
on
lot of
earth.
dogs.
Mm.
To be fair, though, it just it's bad. It's a bad decision on their behalf because at the moment I think there's no way to like report someone in Pavlov. Like you can kick them, but
Which is really
yeah,
bad.
you can't like report
A little
these.
bit of a brag myself, but not a little bit of a brag myself, but it's because I'm so good at the game. Multiple times I've had people mention, yo, wait, is there a way to support people in this game? Because I know, killed them like 5 times. That's it.
Hmm.
But they always say no. I'm pretty sure. So I think that answers the question.
So you can't report
Well,
people's
poor people
profile
like Chris
pictures
would get reported.
in a game where like you can set any like an image as your profile picture. It's quite bad. I'm imagine it's only like day 2, right? It's day 2 of the RC, and I can only
Yeah.
imagine it's going to get a lot worse. Luckily, the RC is a beta, so that means it's excusable of all criticisms we're throwing at it. That means it's anything that I say now is it's subject because it's not finished. Dear
But
God.
there's still
Well-
a multitude of issues that we haven't even like brought up yet. Like, what else
Oh,
are the
yeah.
main issues in your opinion?
Crash. The
You know,
game
we've only
crashes.
scratched the surface here.
The game crashes a
Have you
lot.
played Fallout
Lots of
76? You're
crashes.
basically playing multiplayer Call of Duty version of it. That's basically it, right? There's a lot of bugs.
Mm-hmm. It
More
close
bugs
to
than the people that
Cyberpunk,
play it.
right? Cyberpunk is like
Hmm.
the buggy game at the moment, right? Like, you go into Pavlov, you shoot someone, the game
Follow
crashes.
War is the
You shoot
buggy game
yourself,
at
the game
moment,
crashes.
and no one cares to talk about it.
Mm,
Like everyone, it's been patched.
You
everyone
shoot
just
a
mods it.
it's
teammate.
bad.
They just
It's
vanish.
crashy.
If you kill an enemy, they vanish.
Mm.
Let's see what else happened. If you aim down the scope, everything
get
is
locked out the game.
technically like 15 FPS, which might be a bit difficult because now everything seems way faster because it's chopping half of the frames, meaning you also have less time to figure out which direction they're going. So you're trying to hit like someone that's technically teleporting when you could just use your iron sights. It's disorienting, very disorienting.
Yeah, there's also like a no
Let me
recoil
see
now
what
that the
else.
game runs faster, which is like, it's a problem with guns like the AK that one-shot headshot, and they have multiple rounds in the clip. So you can just hold down
Stuff
that
like the
trigger
Deagle
button.
too.
Oh, the Deagle's really,
And they've
really
also
bad
made
with it.
weapon offset, which means you don't even need to try and line up sights anymore. You could just set some, you can just have your arm here, move it up, and ta-da! Right? You don't even need to
Mhm.
try. You've already lined up the sights, you just pull the trigger.
Yeah,
And, let's
it's
see.
Also, the
it's one of the
heads-
Several
games.
game
that-
modes are now unplayable.
The trigger you
Like,
used
it's
to have
not
to
allowed to
pull
play
all the way
anyway.
back.
Ah, yeah,
it's about
hairpin
halfway.
trigger. One of the amazing
Yeah, half the-
additions to Pavlov Shack. Why?
The great,
So-
amazing game it is.
So Big
do you
Dave
like
added
pulling
something
down
called
the trigger?
funny little hairpin trigger, which means so originally you had to press down your trigger fully for a bullet to come out of your gun, or if it's a full auto gun, for the gun to actually start firing. But now it's less than half, if you just like put your finger on the trigger and it'll fire. This makes pistols basically unusable, due to the fact that you can't tap fire them. You have to like let go of the trigger to shoot again, which kind of makes it feel like they're jammed and like real tight, which is quite bad.
Yeah.
Also, you
Not a
can't
good
tap
thing
fire
for a game
SMGs
meant to
or
feel
assault
good.
rifles, and like, yeah, it fucks up the game.
But don't
flow.
half the SMGs have a single fire mode built in?
Yeah, but the
You
P90
shouldn't
doesn't,
have
and
to
the
do that,
P90 is the one where like you really kind of need to tap fire it. And then yeah,
What?
that's quite.
You turn
yeah.
it sideways, and it's easy as fuck to land shots with. Because all the recoil is sideways. And because that's one grip point, you turn it sideways, and it just hits your target on their whole body, because it's not
Very
going up or down.
enthusiastic here with all the
You're
demonstrations
defending
on how to do it.
Dave.
The audio listeners love you to death. My hand is like...
Edit in a crusty
Those are the same
P90
effects.
PNG.
I'll edit in the like
and sir.
old Counter-Strike Go model of the P90 above us, because above us is like the only space we really have right now in this set. This house. This is our
There
new
you go,
house.
edit that in.
Yeah, it's our new house.
it's our
It's a
house.
house.
In the middle of our street.
Yeah, it's our house in the middle of our
And I'm
Are
not
there
house.
gonna say
any
any more
other
of that
major
stuff.
problems
Kind of close to an
you guys have
apartment.
had?
I don't know. The entire RC kind of feels like a problem. I feel like if they delayed it like by
It's
a
a big
week,
mess.
maybe, they could have fixed a lot of these issues. The new gun, the Scorpion, is pretty garbage. Is an understatement. It's really bad.
It
It's
doesn't
just a
even work.
Uzi,
Just
but
use the
worse.
Uzi. That's
Can't
the
reload
basically
it.
the whole thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like if you want to
Basically,
one-hand
it's just going to be somehow like. Was the Uzi assigned as counter terror or terrorist in search and destroy?
yeah, I
brings
think it
up-
was CT.
Weapons are now fact-based.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
we all love
um,
that feature in CS:GO.
Also,
So
multiple
that
modes
means that
don't even work.
the meta. Oh yeah, that as well.
Mm.
For example, people keep saying prop hunt doesn't work, but there's no prop hunts, so it's maps, so that doesn't count.
Yeah,
But you can't
The
play
hide
zombies
doesn't work.
because the zombies explode like too much. Like if you
They
shot
become
someone, and they just stretched
spaghetti.
out,
You just-
and your game crashes.
Zombie
It overloads. You just
spaghettification.
break your...
hmm
Yeah. Let's see. You cannot play the hide, so that means you can't play just that game.
Yeah, you can't
like
play the
that game.
hide.
Yeah, there goes the
well,
answer.
I don't really have an opinion on it.
I do
What
like
is
the hide a
the-
lot. It's one of my favorites. So.
I like the hide
It's annoying.
too.
But why do you like how waving your arms about when you're the hide, going like, "Yeah, I'm killing
Yeah.
you."
You also get to speak and taunt them because it does a voice line.
Oh yeah, taunts are broken too now. There was something with taunts that like
Oh.
doesn't work. I forgot what it was, but yeah,
Hmm.
there's a bug on taunts. Trust me, I'm correct on that. I'll find a clip of it or something.
There's just a bug on everything, more or less.
Yeah,
And,
honestly.
you get to do stuff like this,
Which audio listeners love you to death. I'm pointing
Oh yeah,
at
there's
you.
gestures.
and then I'm sticking the finger up at you.
For audio
and then
listeners,
I'm waving my hands about.
That-
Yeah.
that's what we call
Except
gestures.
it's a lot more complicated. You gotta hold your finger down on a button, then you have to hold another button, then you need to like place your finger somewhere, and it does like a middle finger that has a 50% chance
Audio
of working.
listeners, we
Or
aren't
50%.
trying to swear at you. We're sorry.
Yeah, we
I'm
are
sorry.
roughly 13 minutes into recording. Trust me, we can swear now. We're allowed
That
to swear.
means we
Susan
can
won't.
swear.
Susan won't watch this far in.
Fuck
So
you, audio.
fuck you, Susan.
Yeah.
Please don't
Yeah.
kill our channel.
Please, please. I
Oh,
loved your
channel,
performance,
we'll kill
Susan
you.
Boyle.
We need
Susan
that.
Boyle,
Susan
I loved your
Boyle.
performance back in X
We
Factor.
love you, Susan Boyle.
X-ray to Susan.
Prince got talent. I can't remember which one it was.
I think it was X Factor. No. Edited,
love it.
edited a picture of Susan Boyle right here with the bruh sound effect. And then edit which one it was. Cause I can't remember myself if it was X
Fan
Factor.
cam. They had a fan cam of Susan Boyle because.
Bitches love me cause they know that I can rock. Bitches love me cause they know that I can rhyme. Bitches love me cause they know that I can fuck. Bitches love me cause they know that I'm on time. Throughout the projects. Throughout the projects. Throughout the projects.
I'll make a fan cam of Susan Boyle and put it here. I will go out of my way and I'll
You know-
make one.
Viewers, if you're still watching at this point, we applaud you for putting up with this shit.
Honestly, this
yeah,
episode was a
literally.
bit of a mess to set up, so if you're this far ahead, I congratulate you personally. Come send us an email and
appreciate
I'll
you.
gift you a really good image.
Don't worry, they'll gift you
It's not
Scott
Among
Pilgrim
Us.
on the Xbox.
Yeah, I'll
Scott
gift you
Pilgrim versus
I'll
the
gift
World
you
game.
Scott Pilgrim on Xbox. I've already done that to like one person, I'll do it again.
Which is me. Pretty solid game.
It's Scott
Yeah.
Pilgrim. You know, let's go into
Yeah,
Scott
okay.
Pilgrim. That's a topic that we didn't write down. This is all unscripted views, so if this goes haywire, this will just cut right here to
But,
something
like,
else.
we've got
Someone that
Next
I
time,
don't
write
think-
that down.
Do you know what Scott
I feel
Pilgrim
like
is?
Do you know what Scott Pilgrim is?
I know what it is, but I don't know much about it. I've never seen it.
Okay, you know what? We
never
can
played
explain
the
that,
game,
right?
So I'll leave
We've
that
been
to you
playing
guys.
Scott Pilgrim versus
Yeah,
the World.
I'm down to listen.
Yeah, so Scott
Right.
Pilgrim is
do.
I know the lore. I don't think you know the lore.
I know it's
Yeah,
like
don't
completely
know much about the lore.
basic, dude.
But,
Okay, I'll go
games.
into the lore then. So Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is a comic series originally about this really boring-ass Canadian guy called Scott Pilgrim. He meets a lady called Ramona Flowers. He like lady. Lady sexy. She also has skates and a big hammer. I'll edit something here related to Ramona Flowers.
You're giving yourself a
Basically
lot to edit, but I
sex.
respect it.
It's Friday Night Funkin'. There you go, that's how I get your attention. It's Friday Night Funkin'.
okay, it's a beat 'em up, you punch people, right? You punch people to get the girl. Also, for that entire explanation, please edit a low quality gif of a Thanos beatbox going like this. Just to let you feel.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think we're
yeah, I'll
going a
edit
little
that
far
right now.
here.
No, it's just JPEGs right now. I can do just JPEGs. It's not like it's not like fucking Chris waving timer.
You know,
We're not doing
from-
that joke again.
From the
We're not-
description so far, I am
Stop! I will
I'm really
murder you,
struggling
or
to
I will
comprehend
edit you
anything about
murder.
this.
Okay, so basically the lore is Scott Pilgrim's a normal guy. He sees a lady called Ramona Flowers. He falls in love with a lady. She has evil boyfriends.
Oh no.
Oh shit. Robert Downey's hitting the yoinky sploinky right now. Oh my god.
Is that
Audio
part of the
listeners,
lore, or
audio
am I missing
listeners,
something here?
audio
My
listeners,
name is
love you to
Stuff.
death. But Robert Downey Jr. right now is hitting the yoinky sploinky, like the hottest yoinky sploinky I've ever seen. So that
Thank you guys
is
for
an
watching.
experience. Don't you
My
fucking.
arm's starting
We
to
we
get a
are
little
we are
tired
only
here.
17 minutes in. We are not we are not ending it here. Stop waving, because
I
I'll
need to
have to
beat
do the
Chris's
joke now.
timer.
No, don't beat the 1 minute and 22 seconds, which I
can't
wrote as
stop.
22 seconds last upload.
Oh,
Laugh
was it? Okay,
like
I need to beat that, you know?
yeah, it was 1 minute 22 seconds. So that's
Look,
the
just,
personal.
you don't need to put the full
PB.
timer, just say skill beat Chris.
No, because
No.
I'm now I'm gonna have to do the joke now. I'm gonna have to actually do the whole joke.
No,
'cause
stop
you're
being a
waving.
perfectionist.
No, I
Anyway,
have to. I have to do the joke. If I don't
watchers,
do the
viewers,
joke,
everyone, we love you to death.
I'll murder someone.
I say we
And I'll
carry
put
on
it. I'll
talking
put
about
that
Scott
corpse
Pilgrim.
on screen right here. If I kill someone. If I
Okay.
don't, I'll put an
Oh, no.
image of Susan
So,
Boyle
is that the
again.
entire lore? Or...
Yeah,
or is
kind
there
of.
anything
You
else to it?
just
How
gotta
does
beat
it
up
end?
the evil exes.
He's
We
just
don't
a
know how
mad
it ends
shagger.
because we haven't beat
Oh,
it
that
yet.
So
We're on
he's just a
level
mad
4.
shagger.
Is that?
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim
Oh, my
just wants
arm's
sex.
getting
He's a
tired.
shagger.
You know,
Oh,
What
I don't
a
think you beat
fella.
that. I actually don't think you beat it. I think you got like 1 minute 10.
fuck, I'm gonna have to use my left arm.
And now I'm gonna have to restart the timer because you re-waved. So
Okay, you know what? I give up.
yeah, Chris,
Chris,
you're
re-
still the reigning
reigns supreme.
champion, I think, of
Unless,
wave.
unless you weren't counting properly. Because you weren't looking for like
wave.
half of that.
Okay, well, I'll
Yeah,
stop
because
wave
I
then.
didn't need
Run
to
that
watch
back.
so that you'd fail. Nothing beats my
Mm.
waving skills.
It just comes
You
natural.
know, Chris, I think you should shut up.
Yeah, I think you should. I think you
Silence.
should. Because I'm gonna beat your goddamn record this entire episode. I'm gonna
But my
not
name's
stop
not
waving.
Chris, it's Stuff. Thank you
Right,
very
that's
much.
it.
Right.
I'm sorry,
You
Robert
can
Downey
shut
Jr.
up.
Oh yeah, the wave with both hands was your special move. You did that when you were about to stop.
I'm doing jazz hands.
So what can you beat that with?
Alright, okay, yeah,
Well,
Scott
you
Pilgrim,
can
let's
see
talk about the
what we did.
gameplay.
We're all waving.
Let's go back on topic here.
Gameplay.
Scott
Yeah,
Pilgrim's
how
gameplay.
does the game
it's
go?
it's a beat 'em up. It's a really good beat 'em up.
Is it like a 2D pixel type one, or?
Yes, yeah, it is. it's quite difficult.
I mean, like very.
Is it
difficult.
like a co-op, and that's how you guys play together?
Yeah, it's
Did you gifted
4-player
it, right?
co-op with a ton
Yeah.
of sub-game modes, and it was like $2 on.
Oh, nice. I might get it.
Yeah, it's like $2 on sale. I'd say it's worth
Nice.
getting. Yeah, the game's really cool, and it has a cool leveling system where as you kill enemies, you level up and you get new moves. And that's
So
different
this
from
is a
beat 'em up.
good thing about good game design.
I know, right, Dave?
You know, I think that
Yeah.
segues pretty well into the idea of game design. Maybe we could talk about.
It's got about going to
Eating
game,
the
but we
system
need to
and stuff.
discuss what makes a good game.
Yeah. Well,
That's
what
what
makes,
you're
what
saying.
makes
Make a good game.
a good game?
Replayability, I think, or at least getting a decent amount of content
Some
out
kind
of
of
it and
single player.
keeping it enjoyable.
I feel like a good single player
very
makes a
important.
good game.
I think
Imagine if
Sniper
GTA
Elite
5 didn't
the
have
new one,
single
It's
player.
done a pretty good one.
Like if
Oh, it would just
if
be
GTA 5 didn't have single player, no
bad
one would play
online.
it. Yeah, it'd just be garbage online. Speaking of GTA 5, game balance. Game balance makes a very good game. GTA Online doesn't have that.
You know, because you already know, like, man, I can fight this person. You don't feel like you're about to
Oh,
get
press the
sniped
Mark
by an
II.
orbital missile. And then after that,
Press the Mark
how do I
II.
say this? You lose all of your shit, someone robs you, you
Edited,
spawn
no
back
press.
in, and then you get robbed again. And there's someone that's just mugging you, and from the other side of the entirety of
And
Los
the
Angeles,
entire
or whatever the
time,
fuck
you're just
GTA
grinding
5
out
map is
heists.
called again. Yeah,
Los
all of that-
Santos?
So you're trying to do a heist for the 5 Los Santos.
yeah. All that happening as you're just trying to kill someone for the 5th time because you're trying to grind out of shit.
The entirety of the game is just a grind and killing other people. And whilst that is fun in its own right, it gets extremely boring and just feels shit when you keep getting killed.
And that that
Like,
kind of
what
gets
can
me a
you
bit
talk about?
angry because people say GTA 5 is like one of the best games ever, the past century, and it's like, no.
Maybe
Have
the
you
single
played
player
online
is
for more than
pretty
5
good,
minutes? The single play is good, but I feel like it's kind of the same, but like without a Press Mark II's killing you.
They had a lot
Yeah.
less cheats than like the previous games, and those were like amazing.
I'd say
Like,
GTA
Am
4
I
had
the only
more
one that
to do.
misses? Am I the only one that misses cheats from old games? Like,
I-
just
you know
like,
The ones that are just like gimmicky.
Speaking of cheats, Saints Row
Cheats,
4
I think-
has a lot of really good cheats, and you know what? I think that game's good. So Saints Row Alethis,
Doom Eternal
you
too.
can click off.
Doom Eternal
Doom
has a
Eternal,
bunch of
right?
cheats.
Dude,
Yeah,
you know
it
what? Let's
has
talk about
an entire
good
thing
design.
built around finding cheats.
Doom Eternal has it's so well designed. It's such a good
It's
game.
well designed, good puzzles, good hidden stuff, so much replayability to get all the cheats. The original
very
game
satisfying
on
to
the computer
play
in
as
the
well.
big ship.
Like the movement is so good in that game. It really makes you feel like you're powering through it.
Chris, have you
Well, I
played
like
Doom
about Doom
Eternal?
Eternal. Well, yeah, I've
Well,
played it.
clearly.
I must say, what I like about Doom Eternal is that
it's one thing. Like, so let me compare Doom Eternal to a roguelike. Now, it may sound a bit strange to compare it to a roguelike, but let me say it right. So you know, roguelikes usually go like this. So you play for the first 3 levels, okay, right? And then you get to a level that's impossible. So you die, you power yourself up, and then you go do it again until that level is easy, and it rinses repeats until you get to the end boss. Now, what's that? The problem with that is that you're not improving as a player. You're just simply powering up. Okay, but see for Doom, right? For Doom, that doesn't happen. See when you get it like stuck or whatever, right? Because you're playing on a high difficulty, right? Because there's difficulty level. What happens is it's just like
the game is super well designed, and it encourages you to use all of your tools at once. There isn't a single thing that the game gives you that you're not going to use, right? That is fucking rocket launcher, whatever. You're going to use all of it, right? If you want to beat the highest difficulty. And I think that's good game design itself, because you are improving as a player. And then it rewards you for getting better at the game, basically. So that's just one of the reasons why I think Doom Eternal is pretty well designed, in my opinion. Sorry for that.
I agree.
No,
I
it's
honestly agree with you. Like that actually makes sense.
That was
because-
really well put.
Yeah, the game really does make you feel like you're progressing as a player the more you play, which most games don't do now.
It,
If I play a game, I want to feel like I've earned that like top role by the end of the game, and like a lot of games don't do that. Anymore, anyway.
That's something that I think
Yeah.
a lot of fighting games do that very much because you have to get better. That's the only way to progress. And that's the good feeling about fighting games, because you know when you're getting better. Like, you really like Tekken, right?
I'm a big Tekken
You
enjoyer,
wanted to
and
say
like,
something
yeah.
about that?
The more you play Tekken, in my opinion,
0.5%.
yeah,
by
I
the way.
am not to brag. Actually, I'm bragging. I'm completely bragging, but I'm Tekken got a mega rank in the game, which is like
And
I'm up
first
there.
Tell
down,
me that
just
that's
like
not its name.
two off the.
it is. It's Tekken God Omega.
Mega God rank.
Yeah, Tekken God Omega is the top rank in the game, and it's a purple rank. So I'm up there in the top 0.08% players, I think. And if that goes to
least for
show
your
how much I
character,
love
right?
the game. Oh, what?
At least for your character, right?
Yeah, for Armor King. I'm a big Armor King main. I love Armor King. He's so cool. I'm not a furry. He's just a really, really cool guy. He loves the orphans.
Tell me, what makes every match
Enjoyable to play. Please don't take that in context. You just like Orphans of Powers.
No, he
Tell me, what makes you
gives
enjoy the
orphans money.
gameplay in itself?
Yeah, what makes you like
Tell me,
each
what
Makes you
match?
enjoy the gameplay itself?
So
How is it
Tekken's
all the difference
gameplay,
Between that.
every match is really, it's all different. Everything in the game is, every opponent plays the game a different way. There's so many different moves in Tekken, there's so many different types of moves in Tekken, there's variables to those moves, there's counter hit, there's like a wall rebound, there's so much stuff in that game that like, it all works differently. And like every game and every opponent feels different because of that. Because say, you're playing into a Kazuya. Kazuya is a Mishima, which is like one of maybe the most simple characters in the game to play at a high level. Because Mishimas are really difficult at a lower level. They're very simple in the case that they all have the same sort of kit, but it's still over 100 moves at least. I think there may be more for Kazuya. But even so, his moves can be used in so many different ways to do different crazy shit that like, it's amazing every time you go into a Kazuya, because you don't know what they're gonna do. And like, most games now, most fighting games at least anyway, are very linear and very tight. There's only so much you can do with your character. This character's built for this. This character's built for this. This character wins this matchup. And that's not really a thing
the
in
other way
Tekken.
round.
Well,
There's
same
too
thing.
much like each character can do.
Yeah,
So
and
like,
also
it's
no.
too universal.
Every character's game plan is so linear in most modern fighting games, where like, there's not enough they can do. Where like, if they're in a bad matchup,
Right.
they're losing that matchup. There's like nothing you can do about it, and it's not really your fault as a player for losing that matchup. It's the game's fault for constricting you so tightly to a set archetype. And that's something that
What
Tekken
kind of
doesn't
games do you
have.
think do that?
I think that
One thing that
Street
comes
Fighter V did that. I feel like Fighter Z did that to a degree. Fighter Z is still a very universal game, where like a lot of systems, a lot of moves are very universal, but I feel like it's still very constricting by what character you play, and how generic everything feels in that game to use. I feel like Virtua Fighter 5 did that to a degree. That game's old though, so we don't talk about VF. I feel like Granblue does that. Granblue is a very, very linear fighting game. And you know what? I feel like For Honor does that. There you go, Chris. Take it away. That's a smooth segue.
Now, as what I kind of wanted to do with the segue is that talk about how it's the game's fault for making you lose. It kind of is, because you don't feel like you lost because, oh no, man, this person's a grandmaster at this character. Oh, whatever. No, when it comes to For Honor, it's the character that's beating you. You're not being absolutely destroyed by someone else. The other person isn't better than you. It's merely because they're playing a character. It's a god versus a mortal. A mortal with a sword and the god with a gun that instantly kills you and not miss.
And
Don't know
these
why
are the
gun was
ramblings of a
on.
salty bitch who just lost.
Yeah, and the thing about For Honor as well is that
Because of that, it's more infuriating to play because you feel you feel like you were absolutely robbed of something that you could have easily done. But no, because the character, not the player that skillfully predicted it because they learned to read. No, they just knew that, man, if I throw this is going to absolutely kill them because the game balance. Game balance is essential in games because, well,
Why would you
Yeah,
want to do
you don't even have to explain
why
that
would you wanna
one.
fight something that you can't win? Yeah, I don't need to explain. And then Dark Souls at least does a good job of saying that this is difficult, but it's doable. Right?
You can get over
On
it.
the other hand, if you want to play someone funny like Ano Kagoki, who is technically what people would say a top tier, right? The problem is that against our new character Pirate, if you ever play For Honor, then you know what they do. But I could give a little summary. So just think of any game mechanic in like a game, and get all those game mechanics that are beneficial to one character. A big guy, Kagoki, who has slow heavies, a high damage, versus a character that has high damage, fast attacks, hyper armor, undodgeable attacks, undodgeable zones, unblockable attacks, and also have lightning fast lights that you cannot dodge because.
And a gun.
know, and then a gun as well. That is also
For
got
her neutral special.
a morph grab range. He wields a gun.
It does have moth
What's
grab
the
range, to
GG?
be honest. You can like half map it.
Moth
It's
grab
great.
range.
Literally
wields a
morph grab
gun.
range. And I'm saying this over just Pirate, but the problem is it's been throughout the whole entirety of For Honor. Just for the entire time I've played, there's always been a character that you will never be able to beat. And like, of course, you could maybe beat them by using the same character, but then like, you're being forced to use a character you don't like. Why should a game force you to use a certain style that you don't want to do when it gives you the option to do it? You should be able to use whatever you want and still have fun with it and still have a fair fighting chance, because it's over. Who is more masterful in just combat and their own trait, whatever they mastered in, for example, magic or whatever, like for, I know, a really basic medieval fighting game. It shouldn't just be, man, I've got a sword that's really fast and you can't do anything about it. You've got a
And it
magic
hits you and
attack
you
that's really
die.
slow and you can't do shit about it.
So
Yeah,
another thing
and
that
if-
really
if-
makes a bad game is from this. What do you think,
just-
Chris? What's the main issue that makes
Yeah,
it
what's
so
your
bad?
big problem with For Honor?
It's just it is the game balance, and it's the fact that this may only go to For Honor, but they're balancing the game around PC when the majority of the player base is on console. And when I say that, I mean the characters have attacks that are easy to react on PC, because even with like a low-end PC, you're still gonna have a slight advantage because, well, you're gonna
Playing
have
30 FPS, right?
probably still better hardware than a console.
Yeah, higher frames.
Cons,
to actually
higher
block.
frames. So you technically still have a few more milliseconds to block, or parry even, which is why it's pretty easy on PC, but on console, you can't do anything. And another problem with the game balance is that both like sections of the game have the complete opposite metas. PC has turtling because you can react to everything, and then console has just spamming because you can't react to anything. And if you manage to make a balanced character, I wouldn't happen with either, because there's only one balanced character in the game, and no one plays them because they're balanced. Who wants to play a balanced
Is that
character
what-
when
What's
you
the
could just?
balance?
What's a balance? Just throw your sword. Go like.
Wait, I'm just interested to hear, who do you think's the balanced character?
It's actually universally agreed by most of the For Honor players. It's
Kensei actually, with the big
Yeah.
long
Alright, fair
katana.
enough. Yeah, yeah.
Because well, they have good options,
Jack.
right? And yeah, there's giants.
Yeah, that's
fucking-
fair.
Man, it's not like, oh, there's a chance I absolutely die, or there's just a chance where I block my chance to die, but then proceed to die. No, Kensei can still be punished, but at the same time, you get rewarded for being skilled at him, because, well, he has, like, I know, hyper armor side heavy, so if you're good at reading, which reading's a whole other topic, I'll try to end as soon as possible, because reading should not be a main mechanic in For Honor, because it's a medieval fighting game. Right? You shouldn't be trying to read what the fuck your enemy's doing. You should be trying to at least block, not like, well, there's a 5.78 million chance that the enemy's gonna throw this direction, so I'm gonna do this direction, blah 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 blah, shit like that.
It's a very high chance.
Yeah.
Very high chance. And so, yeah, I worded that terribly, but you know what I mean. It's just game balance, please. And the fact that Ubisoft is still updating it, but they're not focusing on balancing the game. They're adding skins.
Oh, that's infuriating.
That's a
man.
Ubisoft moment if I've ever seen one.
They've got to make their money somehow, and that's
And they
not by
do like
fixing their
potentially
game.
like one of the. Yeah, they do like potentially one of the best updates for like Rainbow Six. They're like doing like a massive update for Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh yeah.
But then meanwhile, the other game that they update, they're just going like, okay, here's a skin. We're not gonna rework the characters that are completely unusable, because there's characters in front of that are actually genuinely unusable. They're buggy, they can't work. Their whole moveset is unusable.
Shit. Yeah.
But nah, here's a Warden skin because you know you want to be Warden with long hair. Here you go.
Man,
It's a really
Warden,
nice
best
skin
character.
though. it is a nice skin,
It
but
is
I
a
wish
nice
the game
skin.
was good.
I wish I could enjoy the game while enjoying my skin, because why would you want to spend money on the game?
You know what I think
When-
has the
because you
best
then you're
game
gonna go-
design?
What do you think, does?
I think Roblox has the best game design.
You just skipped over half of the topic that we still have. No, we were gonna talk about Fighter Z.
We were? Okay.
Is this out?
That didn't happen. Basically, Men in Black.
Just call
like,
Skell an
you didn't
idiot.
remember
Okay?
that.
Call Skell an
The
idiot. and
flashbang,
ignore
flashbang
everything
meme,
that happens.
flashbang. Hey,
Absolutely
Chuckle Nuts,
fine.
Stink Fest.
Oh,
There we go.
Guys, Fighter Z, Fighter Z. That's a
Game,
shit
Fighter
isn't it?
Z.
I really like Fighter Z. I'm gonna preface this by saying Fighter Z
I like
is
Fighter
still one of
Z
my favorite
too.
fighting games.
At a casual level. I like Fighter Z at a
E3.
very casual level.
Yeah.
And from someone who's trying to get quite a bit better at the game myself to a higher level, you can see how repetitive things are. And it's in a good and a bad way. Because if you like that style of gameplay, which I kind of do, that's okay.
It's
when
heaven
it
if
gets
you like that
to
style of
The
gameplay.
same... when you get to the same character, doing the same thing every single match, no matter what, like earlier we were discussing this outside of the podcast and saying how Trunks will always hit you with a 236 heavy or something immediately into a level 1 as soon as you hit the ground, and it's just always gonna happen. There's no,
And it's, yeah.
you know, there's
It
no
rewards you
switch
so
ups.
much for doing the same thing too. Like, there's no downside to not doing it since it's free damage. It's the game rewards you for doing repetitive actions, and I'm not a big fan of that.
The only form of mix-up even in the game is really cross-ups. And even then, I mean, a high-low mix and a cross-up,
That's
and
just
assist
movement. That
mix-ups, I
should be
guess.
there anyway.
To give the game a bit some credence, assist mix-ups are a thing,
yeah,
but they're
people
super
will just
specific.
mash.
Yeah, and you can only do them at certain times, and then even then, you can break them with any god switcher or anything, or any god breaks. So it's still like not the most optimal thing to do.
So, as someone who probably likes the game a bit less and is more willing to criticize it, what do you think are the main criticisms on your end?
A lot of my main problems are the game's meta and how unfun the meta is to
Fusion
go into.
meta,
Fusion
21.
meta is so unfun. It's just, you know what they're gonna do, it's just there's no point in fighting against it because they're gonna do it, you're gonna die, that's gonna be the set. It's really, really
Unless they're
awkward.
really bad at the game.
Yeah, unless they're like
And that's
new
not
at the
even
game.
getting into... That's not even getting into Labcoat 21 yet, who's
Oh,
been banned from a big
boy.
tournament recently.
Lab Coat 21.
In my opinion,
Go for it.
What I believe is that
I agree with everything you've said, and I do think that what I think is that if they want to, I don't know, make this game fair or like fun for like meta wise, what they need to do is not add more characters to the game, but instead go back and then look over the characters that are like, okay, so is this character, what's making this character not played much, right? And then let's try and see if we can make them better, not full rework, because a rework's only necessary when the character's absolutely broken. But I think that
For sure.
if no one's gonna play a character, but then like people complain about them being like bad, you shouldn't just add a whole new character that's top tier, because it just kills the game more when if it's really boring meta. Which I must say, majority of games that end up going to tournaments have very boring metas because, well, it's just too good. Like with like certain metas in Fighter Z, like man, okay, let's try and see if I can block this. No, you can't.
No.
Because I know.
It's got a built-in
Extra
command grab
frames
mix-up.
out-
It's like great.
Yeah, it's just gonna have a
Tick
command grab.
throws.
Yeah.
Command
Even
grab
so,
that comes
Ticker
about as fast as a light attack.
let's say, for example, when it comes to like the bust ass command grab shit, Ultra Instinct's auto combo
Base Goku.
has the built-in
That's
command
you.
grab mix-up, where it's really, really hard to react to, because it's gonna hit you, and
Janemba
then if
has
they
it
throw an
too.
assist, it's... But with Janemba, he's balanced out because he's a zoner, so you're not really gonna be throwing out his auto.
Yeah.
But UI, it is inexcusable,
He's a
because
very
all of
good
his buttons
character.
let him get close to you. It's bad. And I think Arc System's problem too is the fact that they focus more so on nerfing the good parts of a character instead of changing them into something that can be fought against. So, Season 1 Yamcha. Season 1 Yamcha was really, really good. Everything about him was amazing. He was fast, he had unreactable mids. No, unreactable mids is a Tekken phrase. I mean, unreactable lows. His low starters were completely unreactable. He was incredibly fast. All of his assists were crazy. He was always played as a mid. Everything about him was great. And then they nerfed him into the ground, and now he's unplayable. And Noxus really need to work on like playing to every character's strengths and weaknesses, rather than nerfing the character's strengths into the dirt as soon as they get played.
I've noticed that
At least that's my take on it.
Majority of times when characters are nerfed, when some people start complaining when they get nerfed because they're overpowered or whatever, the character always ends up being completely unusable. Now, it could be overreaction sometimes on very rare cases, and they're like, okay, they're actually just like kind of decent, right? They're not as amazing, but still a fall from grace. But then the creators don't know when it's just nerfing a character becomes just
When to stop.
making
Yeah.
they don't know when to stop because
like
they think, okay,
Yamcha.
Yeah, but
They
Yamcha is a
nerfed
perfect
him
example.
way
Like,
when he was stopped being used too. Like, my man did not deserve to be nerfed at the low tier.
Like he
you
just
could-
kind
all
of
you have to do
stopped
is like make
existing
him
around
like slow
3.5.
down or maybe. And then I know make other characters better as well, because if everyone's at least on a fair playing ground, in my opinion, right? Of course, not make everyone like lightning fast, but bring Yamcha down to like fair enough, at fair play, and then make everyone not like there's few selections, not everyone, but maybe like a patch or two, give like special treatment to like a character that hasn't been played much or whatever, because well, you've done something off the character if they're not working. If they have bad combos, maybe fix the combos. That means they could actually, I don't know, do a full auto attack. And then people are like, man, they're usable. I might actually try different people. And because they don't do that, metas become boring because it's the same people, the same characters, over and over, same combo, like quite literally the same combo, right? Because it's just
I
that
think
good.
it's,
If they,
There's a couple of things they can do with Fighter Z. Like,
For sure.
I'll preface this now with the things I do like about the game. I think it's fun. It's really good just for casuals. I like how there's a lot going on. I like how, although it's not super high skill, like, level barrier, you can get up there, and there is stuff above just casual level.
There's a lot of like
it's
mid
not as
to entry,
much as you'd hope.
mid-level to like tournament level stuff in between there. Like the skill ceiling isn't so high
Yeah.
where it's impossible to reach, but the skill floor is not that low either. And that's
No,
I
But
agree.
you still
Not at
get
all.
shit on
Pretty
by a
easy to
random
get
like
into.
veteran of the game. You still just
Yeah.
suddenly get matched with a veteran and you get absolutely shit on, 0 to death, unfun, not fun, gonna stop playing
But
the game,
something they
you go
can
play
do-
something else.
To fix it is, and this is a lot to ask, like, it's not something that would realistically happen, but movesets getting more to them, because movesets are extremely generic. It's quarter circle forward, it's quarter circle backwards. Occasionally a character, if you press down twice in a button, you'll get a different move.
Oh
like
yeah.
Labco 21 and Frieza. But
Doesn't
everyone else just shares the exact same moves.
Doesn't
how
Ultra
to
Instinct have a thing where like no one uses it besides for like one combo where it's just like it has like a big beam above them and if like a single second it's used to like I don't know juggle or something like that. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, it's
it's
fucking
an assist. And it's a DP,
yeah.
DP assist.
Yeah,
Dragon Punch, for those not aware, basically
Yeah.
invincible like straight away.
I mean, if they're
Stupid.
this far in, they probably know what fighting game notation is.
Well, fair
Yeah.
enough, but maybe someone's just listening.
Speaking
Wait,
of
we may be
very,
like
very
very-
good fighting game stuff done by the same people that did Fighter Z, Guilty Gear Strive is looking really promising going into the next season. All the stuff they've shown off it looks so good. Everything, it looks
What do you think makes Guilty Gear better than Fighter Z?
Okay,
Like, what
Guilty Gear for a
reasons
start.
Is it better?
The sky ceiling is like it's a lot further up. So there's a lot more to work with. The in between, like the intermediate levels of Strive, it's there. So it doesn't go from like baby pro. There's like intermediate stages where like you know your character, but you're not up there with the pros, but you're also not there. You would body a beginner, and like
But
the inputs are a
someone
lot
just
harder.
a bit better than you.
Yeah, like you can tell if someone's better than you or if someone's worse. And with Fighter Z, someone's either bodying you or you're absolutely shitting on them. There's like not really an in between. Strive, you can tell. Like you can tell if someone's been playing Xrd, you can tell if someone's been playing since plus R, and that makes me really happy because more games need that. And how Oxys are balancing out the game too, it's becoming a very like your character matters. And like there's no really garbage characters in Strive. There's RNG based characters, but they aren't inherently bad, and they have a lot of benefits to balance out the fact that they're RNG based. Faust, if anyone knows, like Faust, he's very RNG based in Strive, but he's incredibly fun, and like the characters they're incredibly easy to learn, but hard to master, and that's something that makes Strive really good. Every character has a completely unique moveset that does completely unique things, and it's not generic at all. Every character normally has a unique gimmick to go with too, where it's like, they can do this thing that no other characters have, or they have this meter that can be used for this thing that no other character has, and I feel like Fighter Z doesn't have that. So that's a big one-up.
That's what Fighter Z needs. I
Like,
think
come
not just
on.
gimmicks though,
Yeah.
because just adding gimmicks is always a bad way to go.
Yeah,
But
for
just
sure.
adding character variety so that not everyone is the same. Because right now, that's how it is. But they've done it wrong with
Everyone's the
Labco
same.
21.
Labco
She's
21,
different,
they just
and I
gave
think
her
that's cool.
everything. They just went, here's a
They
character
gave
that
her
can
too
do
much, though.
everything. She has her own thing that makes her stronger as the game goes on. She has all this other stuff. She has an invincible wake up, fucking beam laser thing that's plus on
Throw
block.
Oki
It's
out
like,
the window.
oh, she's like Brawl Meta Knight when it comes to Fighter Z. It's really that bad. That's one way to put it, is
You
Brawl
have to
Meta Knight.
Speaking of it, what makes Fighter Z badly designed is repetitiveness, and I think it's lazy because they have a baseline for each character and how they add it and how they make each character work, and with that, they just go along and add it to every character.
It's like the thing too that annoyed me is that like season 1 they had that. Every character did. Oh. Oh, that's
Sorry
annoying.
about that. I had to kick my sister out.
Mm.
All
In
you
Fighter
listeners,
Z,
there's
season 1
quite
was,
literally like punching and
yeah.
kicking happening.
There we
They've
go.
walked into our house.
In my opinion, I think Fighter Z
Click,
season
click.
1 it had that uniqueness. I think every character really did play unique, and they really did their own thing. But as like season 2 and season 3 hit, there was way less of that, and like characters started to really become
Exactly.
samey. Like season 1,
It's
you
all
had like
stale.
Bardock. You had like Bardock was completely different to everyone else because he didn't really have a fireball, and he did, but it wasn't like
No.
a good zoning tool. You had fucking Zamasu plays very differently to everyone else to a degree. You had Broly. That one goes without saying on how
One of the
different
first
Broly
big
plays.
grapplers.
A semi-traditional grappler in this game. Please give us more traditional grapplers in every game. I only play
We just
traditional
need
grapplers.
more character types. More character
There's-
types. Like
yeah.
a proper puppet character would be really cool.
Ooh.
Like Videl is kind of a puppet character with the Gohan
so is
stuff,
18
and
to a degree.
18 with 17, but they're not full
Hmm.
puppet.
No, I
you know,
want my
Nappa, maybe
I think
a
of like
little.
puppet character. I think of Jojo Heritage from the Future. You have Devo and his little puppet doll,
There we go.
and he can like control them both at the same
Mhm.
time. That's the kind of thing that we really need.
Also
or
a pretty good game.
yeah, even in a like Guilty Gear, you have Jacko using her like little buddies to go attack. It's like Nappa but smaller, but way bigger and way cooler. Like Nappa could have been that puppet character, but they kind of screwed him up, and he has like a startup now, so it's like.
I can see
But you know,
How
I think
this has been.
yeah.
Just finish that off.
Oh, not again.
Oh.
Sorry, bugging out a little. Audio listeners, my character keeps bugging out and lifting up off the sofa.
Audio listeners, we're
But
dying.
yeah,
dark magic.
that's quite a lot on
Well, literally.
fighting games. So is there anything we want to wrap that up with?
I just want to
Oh,
wrap up saying
It was mainly fighting games in the discussion, but I
think that most of the things you've said applies to just every game that kind of has some form of multiplayer. But I do think it's impossible to make a game just general, like balanced, right? Because there's always going to be something that's probably going to be more valuable than something else.
Yeah.
But if you can, but as like I can go for a person here, Smash and with a Hungry Box, right? Okay, he used a low tier in Melee, right? But the thing is, right, is that despite the fact the boring meta, right, he still managed to be absolutely amazing because, well, he didn't go like, man, I'm gonna go the easy route, right? He technically showed off how you don't need to do the meta to do good, right? It's just the meta that should just take a shortcut, really, right? It's just like, nah.
Yeah, just.
But yeah, I'm drawing a line audio listeners, basically.
And that's good
Yeah.
game design. That even with a bad character, you can work
And
some
even
new
though,
stuff
like,
out.
They technically didn't design like Melee was a kind of definitely a mess, even though
Melee was a
everything in the
mess. You
game's
could not call
technically-
Melee well designed.
Melee was buggy as hell.
Yeah, but like, I mean, at the very least, that's the example about how you don't need to use the meta, and you're still going to be potentially more respected technically than using the meta because we're going to be like, man, I don't need to use this character anymore because you could technically inspire someone else to use that character, and it might be a chain reaction from there. And then that character might get a few more plays, despite the fact I know there might be absolute dog shit. But like,
Speaking on
That's how I
Smash,
do the end off, just saying how-
definitely inspired me to
That's how
play
it was.
Pikachu. Like, Pikachu in Smash 4 was not high tier, but the way Isam played Pikachu made him look cool as fuck, so I did that. I went that route. And yeah, it definitely gives, like, in my opinion, the only person you're cheating if you play meta characters is yourself. So don't play meta unless you absolutely adore the character
Unless you really
or
like
there's a reason for it. Cause like people that just play meta characters to win are just like huge losers, and no one likes you.
Most
Top
of-
text,
okay.
bottom text.
Viewers,
You're a
I've got
loser.
too
No one
repetitive.
likes you.
Up there.
notice that
Yeah, I'll do
games
that.
have technically become just see even before video games, game was just something you play for fun, right? I know tag, right? You play tag with your friend, right? Because it was for fun, right? You may want to win.
Back in my day.
Ah, yes, having fun in the garden with my
But
friends.
the thing is that over time, games ended up becoming focusing more on winning than actually just having fun. Like, you could be having the time of your life playing a character you've never played before. Maybe you're just
Yeah,
too
it's-
busy
it's
trying to
become a
say, man,
sport
I want to
now,
be,
right?
I want to be the best.
It's a sport now
it's
more than
literally
like
esports
a hobby.
technically.
Yeah, exactly. But even then, like, you think about casual
thing
games
is
and shit,
that-
people apply that mentality to stuff like Minecraft now, where it's like, I'm gonna be the best! I'm gonna be the best in Minecraft ever!
I need,
It's
I
like,
need
bro.
the frame
The
data for when my
speedruns.
shield comes up when
The
I crouch.
speedrun.
No, I have nothing. I love speedrunning,
Just
right?
like-
I absolutely adore speedrunning, but now it's been made something way more than it is. Like, speedrunning is something you do for fun, and you do as a hobby, not like something you do for a job, and you
It's
can
just like
take
a
it
funny
completely
concept.
seriously. Yeah. Like,
Oh,
I've
audio
done
listeners,
speedruns in the
my
past.
headset's low, so I'm gonna have to plug in my headset. Give me a minute, everyone.
It's true. I've done speedruns of
And
games
my
such as, like,
sister just
Enter the
told me to shut
Gungeon.
up. Hope that didn't come through.
I've done Isaac speedruns. I've done, like, that kind of thing. And like, I've never seen it as
Just
anything
getting
more
power.
than like, anything more than, like, a hobby. Anything more that I just do on my free time because I love the game that much. But now like, speedruns are becoming something that, like, nah, I gotta win. I gotta beat everyone on these leaderboards. And I really don't like that. I feel like it adds to a very toxic atmosphere online.
Well, I liked just how. Fuck, I'm having my brain's like disappearing. What I was gonna
True.
say, just how. If I can remember what I was gonna say, just like put the fucking sound effect.
I'll
but,
edit. It's just a burning memory over that.
Yeah. Just,
Right, struggling a little to get back in place, but I'm sure this will
no,
do.
Scout's here. Alright, okay, I'll remember it like in a moment.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
just
yeah, no, never
scream
mind.
it. Right. So what else were we gonna go on to? We're at an hour runtime, which is surprisingly not bad of what we got out of one topic.
Well, hopefully that didn't get too repetitive, everyone.
Oh
It's,
yeah,
oh,
we had
you like
this is
fighting
the
games?
fun
You'll
game
live like that.
episode.
I remember the
maybe
bit,
cut
right?
a
So-
little bit down.
What I want to say is that technically getting paid for playing a game that you like is technically like every stream now, technically, right?
Oh, it
And there,
is.
it would be great if just everyone understood. Just people forget. Like, why do you think some people just end up giving up a game, right? Because they used to love it in the past, but as they start taking it more seriously, they forget it's a game.
It's just a game, bro. Go outside.
Like, I'm not
Touch
saying you
grass.
can't. That too, if I want to be
Actual
a complete
touch
dickhead,
grass,
but basically
man.
it's just
Touch grass.
Just
Oh,
if you can, if you,
Camera
if you can
angle,
at least
camera
be
angle
good at the
change.
game and still.
Just touch grass, nerd.
yeah, just touch it.
oh,
grass.
we're back over here.
But it's that just if you could take the game seriously but still have fun,
You're technically
you're having a better life than most people that take the game seriously. because they're
Honestly,
not having
yeah.
fun.
They're playing characters
Good
they don't
quality
like.
of life over there.
Just, they're not having fun, right? They're just playing a game that they're starting to hate already, but they're doing it because it's their job. So if you can at least, this technically is just life advice as well. If you can at least have fun with what you do, things are gonna be easier.
I really felt bad for like
Yeah.
content creators that like stick to one genre of game, because you know that they're getting tired of that, but they have to do it because it's
And they
the
kind
only
of
thing that
have to.
audience will, the only thing that audience will ever want, and
I
it's
rem-
their life job. That sucks.
You know, I
Remember
hate
that,
Dream, but he's a good example of it. With
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Like he's stuck doing
Even
Minecraft
if
now
he cheats
forever.
and shit, you can tell he doesn't like it, you know?
Yeah, he's stuck doing it, and he can't change off it because it's what he's known
And you
for.
need to do it early, because an example of someone that managed to switch was RT Gabe. He went from like just TF2 or whatever to variety content. He's clearly
Yeah.
having a lot more
He's,
fun
he's
with
a
that.
crazy variety content
like-
streamer now.
And that's
Yeah,
great.
and the
That's
thing
what
is
we
that
should
he's
look for.
It's so much more fun than doing one thing at once. Like,
You can tell he
if you,
loves
if
his
you love
job.
playing that much, you could, yeah, definitely. And the fact that like he doesn't let everyone pick the game for and sit like for him. Like for example, if everyone's saying Minecraft, he's not going to do Minecraft. Right? He'll play what he wants to play because he'll have fun with it, and then everyone will watch still because they understand that if as long as he's having fun, what's going to stop me
Everyone
from
likes
watching
it.
him?
Let's go into an
Everyone
epic
likes it.
transition
Right.
here to a new topic. Speaking on that, how like entitled audiences are now, like online, because stuff like that really pisses me off.
Always
But like you're watching
expecting
a
stuff.
streamer, yeah, you watch a streamer and you're like,
Mhm.
a good example of this is Germa in recent times, where like Germa will just like chat will just be going crazy if he's enjoying a game, and they'll be like, oh, next game, next game, next game. He's on it for like over an hour, and like he's loving this game. But chat are just being like crazy about it and being super entitled, like, man, I came here to watch you play this game, stop spending so much time with the other one. It's like, great, why?
Why I used to think one of his famous quotes is just, I'm not gonna do it, chat, I'm not gonna do it, but he still does
Yeah. It's just like how Twitch
He doesn't
like,
have a
fucking-
choice, like you said.
Yeah. Otherwise the views are gonna drop.
Like he's
and
not gonna get.
yeah,
And
it's really
talking-
annoying.
The viewers dropping.
is related to YouTubers having a stressful time. Like you think, man, you used to record video, right?
But then, like, see if you start trying to switch up your content, it gets stressful because you're looking at the viewers and notice how they are plummeting because your audience is mainly just people that watch you, not because of who you are or because you're funny. It's just the fact that you're playing Minecraft, you've managed to make a funny joke out of it or whatever, right? Like, Schlatt did certainly interesting thing, right? And when you
Interesting
realised
one.
I don't want to just do one thing, interesting one way. But
I think
mean-
Shalat is another really good example of someone who transitioned from content to content. Like, he started off doing, like, just Minecraft and, like, that kind of thing with, like, a Slime Skull and
he
like,
was
that group of
definitely not
friends.
enjoying it.
No,
And
you
he
can tell
clearly
he
shows that he
hated
still
it.
doesn't enjoy it.
No, he really hates that group of people now. Well, not like Charlie, but, like, he hates doing that kind of content, and now he's, like, a crazy
I mean, but
variety
Charlie was
streamer.
like dragged into it
He's got
as well.
something that he wants.
Like Charlie was like, oh, I mean, I'm here. So
Yeah, Charlie and, like, that group of friends were dragged into it by, like, Carson joining, and then Carson dragged everyone else from that group of friends into it. And, like, you could tell that the entire time they didn't want to do
Carson.
that. Carson.
And then everyone left because of Carson.
We don't talk about Carson around here.
We don't talk about Carson. It's like, who else do we not talk about?
We don't
There's
talk about
only a not
Onision.
talk about list.
We don't talk about Onision. We don't talk about fucking Mini Lad.
Yeah, are we sticking with like
He has
YouTubers?
also a YouTube channel, and he's still uploading, and he's got like the very like.
Why is he not in
fire effect
prison?
transitions.
And the thing is, there's like kids commenting or like, oh my god, I love this content, not realizing that.
Oh no, keep them away from
Oh
him.
no, those poor
Keep the
9-year-olds.
kids
And the thing is, so many people comment, but
He's putting heavy moderation on that channel.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
obviously.
still if you're in
To
such a
make
bad
YouTube.
situation.
And technically, I can't go into the topic, but like, I must say, why is it so hard to just not do what Mini Lad did? It's like a checklist. Didn't do what Mini Lad did.
Oh, you're taking the
Done.
Wildcat
You're
joke.
not-
You're stealing the Wildcat joke. You're literally
Ah.
stealing the Wildcat
I'm
joke.
sure they won't mind.
You've been called
But
out. Called
It's a
out.
good point.
It is a very good point that he.
It's
he
still a
does
good
say
point.
that.
If something's
not that
fits
hard.
well
It's
and
not-
you use it, that's a high honor.
True. Yo,
Mhm.
if he said it and it was good, so we can say it. It was
Philosophy.
based, as they say now.
I'm trying to do the Italian hand. There we go.
Based.
You know what
That-
Else is based.
actually? You know what it's based? Exploiting Microsoft rewards because
Oh,
That
it
is
is
pretty based.
based. Oh boy, Microsoft
No,
rewards.
Tell us the tales.
Because we've done something funny. And by that we mean we just wanted to be Metal Gear Rising and Roblox. We decided, man, Microsoft Rewards exists. We found out that
Yeah.
we could just exploit the thing by just opening up a game for cloud gaming, and you get free points.
You just
So then you
close it
just kind of get
instantly.
free money.
You just press a button and it gives
Infinite
you
Money
the
Glitch
thing.
2022 not patched.
Honestly, Microsoft, don't watch this because we want to keep doing it. To click off now, content warning.
Please don't take the Robux or Riot
Trigger
points off,
warning,
even though I haven't got any
Microsoft not
Riot
allowed.
points because I don't play League of Legends much.
Don't take away my Raiden Desperado costume in Roblox. Please don't do that.
Please,
I
please
worked
don't
hard
take away
for
my
it.
Microsoft
Sinner
were
or
backing you.
Armstrong outfit. Please don't do it. I want to. Please.
Please don't do it, Microsoft. We worked hard. Trust
We
me,
don't
I
have much
played
to
that
talk
5
about. We
minutes
just
of
wanted to
Disney
talk
game.
about how we can just
Yeah, so,
Man,
so
you
just
know-
cheese
fun, fucking play that sound that was in like early 2000s YouTube videos where it's like, whoa, whoa, here's how to get free Robux. Play game for 10 seconds, delete game. Don't even download game, just cloud gaming game. Click a game.
I remember
Back
I opened
in
like
2002.
Batman Arkham like Knight, and it was like I'm pretty sure I'd done it on my caravan. So then it was just like 5 pixels on the screen for cloud
my
gaming. I was like,
God.
whoa,
Yo, Batman 5
You-
pixels, let's get it.
5 pixel Batman. It's near Batman. It's me.
You know,
Batman.
those 5
Sounds
pixel
like a
Batman
turn you
reminds
into
me of
Batman, I'm 5 pixels. Fucking,
5 pixel Batman.
I'm
What does it remind
5
us of?
pixel
Chris? I'm trying to remember here.
What does Batman remind you
What does
of?
5 pixel? What does it remind you of?
You know, like,
You
remind
know.
me of the time. Yeah, I think it reminds me of the time,
Reminds you
right?
of the time?
Where,
It reminds you of a time. Very true.
Damn, it reminds me of
reminds me of the
too.
time when I, like, you know, right, finally, it came to my mind, right? So remind me of
yeah.
the time where I glitched into the back rooms.
Oh shit, it's
oh,
happening again.
no, no! Let me help you out. Hold
No,
on. Oh
Chris is
shit.
dead.
Oh shit, no. Oh god.
Oh, no.
Oh god. Oh god. You need help.
Ah.
You need... I got you. I got you. Stay with us. Stay with us.
What do you want from me,
Stay
Bear
with
Grylls?
us.
Bear Grylls, what do you
Oh
want
no,
from me?
no, Bear Grylls.
What? Bear Grylls?
Okay, camera,
Ah.
come with us, come
Swap
with us.
to camera
You
angle.
You gotta save it. Oh my god. Oh,
I can't save him. No, let's go downstairs. He might be downstairs.
shit.
Come with me.
Hold on. It's broken, it's broken. Oh god, okay, where are we going? Where are we?
We'll never
Come on,
save
you gotta
him.
show me.
Bear Grylls is gonna get.
Come on, we gotta go. It's too, before it's too late. Oh my god,
I hear him. He's like,
I saw that.
Chris, where are you?
What happened? Shit, we're fucking, shit's going,
Squid
shit's
Game.
bad. Shit's bad. Oh god. Oh god. We're being sent to Brazil. Oh. Oh. Oh god. Oh god. No. No.
Am I even touching the floor? I can't see. I just see.
Oh
yellow.
my
The
god.
Bear Grylls.
Oh
He's
my
going-
god.
Oh my god, Chris. Oh,
You can come back to us.
gone.
Come back to us.
We'll find him in the next episode in the
Oh shit. Please subscribe. Subscribe to save. Subscribe to save.
and comment
Save
and
Chris.
thank
Comment on like video.
and we'll probably
Okay.
do an outtake.
Oh
too.
god, what
Chris
happened?
is gone.
What happened? Oh.
Squeaky.
Oh
Oh shit, I
oh.
hit my controller.
Oh god, that's bad.
This is getting
Oh no,
scuffed.
1 bit. 1 bit. Oh god, we've been sent to the 1 bit zone. Oh god.
No.
Oh.
Oh shit, he's coming out the wall.